day, internet people.
Hello.
So I've got a deck profile for you. Surprise, surprise. But this time it's premium.
Oh my god, what's a premium?
Something Merlin's interested in. I don't know. But instead of Dimension Police and Dark Irregulars, I am bringing you the better Dark Zone clan. Gear Chronicle. Fight me, Merlin. Fight me.
Hashtag fight Merlin.
Yeah. Shame Jack versus Fight Merlin. Alright, so we'll just go over the grade zeros first and then work our way up. Also, I just want to point out, this is not the usual premium Gear Chronicle build. This is like my own build. So, say what you want about it. I think it's fun. It's not necessarily competitive, but it's a fun deck. Right, so for the starter, we run the V starter because while Chrono Dran and like TikTok Worker are better starters, it's a format where they can easily just get sniped off like first turn. So it's just a thing. That's my phone. Primordial Draco Kid gets your free card in hand and gets your extra soul, which Gear Chronicle in premium kind of needs, especially in this deck. And then, so for triggers, we run 4 Ringwing Worker. This is the V crit. You notice that a lot of the stuff is from the V standard deck with a few premium bits thrown in there. So a lot of this stuff you'll probably seen already. 3 more crits, we run 7 crits altogether. We're also running the Draw PG. So it just further solidifies that I'm not using a ZTB build because I'd be running Arca. We run one of the stand trigger from GBT05 that was completely broken in Time Leap. Skill is I should probably say his name first. Steam Battler Urwatar. Skill is GB1. Put this unit on the bottom of your deck. When this unit is put into the bind zone from rearguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards and choose a card from your hand and return it to the deck and shuffle. So it's just like nice little hand filtering, plus you get an extra card in hand, and it's a trigger back to the deck. So yeah, and then we're running the 4 V heals. You may be wondering why I'm not running the double rare counter charge or soul charge heals. Because in this deck, binding grade 0s isn't really that good. Like, you want to be binding like grade 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s maybe. And I just like, the deck kind of refunds itself with a certain card in the grade 1 section. So I just thought the double rare heal wasn't really that good, plus like 10k power. It's just all around better for me. Right, so that's grade 0s. Onto the grade 1s. We are running 4 Wedge Move Dragon. I'm just primarily using this as the stride fodder of the deck, plus like 10k shield, and plus the Vanguard skill isn't bad as well because it feels your bind zone early if it hits. So skill is Vanguard. When it attack hits, bind a card from your hand and draw a card. Hand filtering fills up the bind zone, which you want to do in this deck. So it's fun. And then when it's being discarded, you may be discarded as a grade 3, so stride fodder. So, because striding is nice. And then we are running 3 of this little gem, which I failed to notice in the actual standard build, because this card is amazing. Steam Scara Kalain. Its skill is, when it boosts, you Soul Blast 1, and until the end of that battle, your opponent can't intercept, and you can only call up to 3 Guardians during that battle. So they can only call up to 3. That could be from like the G Zone deck, like they can only call 3.
So if it's a massive column, they might
struggle. And if they don't have a perfect card, then yeah. Which it combos really well with one of the certain G units that we're using. And at the end of the battle, if you use that skill, it goes to the bind zone. So again, early binding, really good card. I'm quite disappointed in myself that I didn't realise how good a card it was. We run 2 Mellum. She's back. This card combined with force markers, absolutely really good. GB1, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may have this unit gain +4 until the end of the battle, and if you do, at the end of the battle, return this unit to your deck and set your deck for up to 1 grade 0 and call it to rest. I think you know which grade 0 we're talking about. That's a water, so good card. Toolboxes, gets you like your stand trigger to send to the bind zone, get extra cards. Just an all-round good card.
Right?
What?
Always important, yeah.
Yep. Then we're running 2 Pulsar Tamer Heggold. This is your soul and countercharge resource manager. I think it's really good. If you have a grade 4 continuous, if you have a grade 4 Vanguard, this unit gets Act, Rearguard, Soul Blast 1, put this unit on the bottom of your deck, and choose a card from your drop zone and put it on the bottom of the deck, and counter charge 1. So it recycles and gives you counter charge. And it also, GB1, when placed on Rearguard, you may soul charge 1. So all that in just one card. Like, it's pretty good.
It's a bit of a toolbox card, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Grade 2s. So, again, like I said, it's going to be mostly like standard cards you're going to be seeing. So I'm running 4 Lost Break Dragon. This is like one of your main cards you want to see on your grade 2 turn. Because its skill is Vanguard Rearguard, one place from hand, bind a card from your hand and draw a card. So I can see a pattern here. And then during your turn, if you have a bind zone has a face of card in it, it gains plus 3k. So 13k attacker, and it fuels itself, so pretty good. Next, we are running 4 Steam Mechanic Naboo. This card is amazing, especially in Premium, because its skill is when it attacks a Vanguard, you bind a card from your drop zone, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from his or her hand until in that battle. And at the end of that battle, put the unit into your soul, draw a card. So again, giving you resources, you fill up your bind zone, and you get to draw a card. Just an all-round like staple, I'd say. Very, very good card. And then we're going a bit retro here. We're bringing back History Maker Dragon.
Sounds old school.
Yep. I'm going to be... This, honestly, the only reason I'm running this card is when we get Premium Collection and we get History Build, the Gear Chronicle Stride.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want...
that one from? Was that GBT 14?
What, History Maker?
Yeah.
Oh no, he was in the second Gear Chronicle Drive.
Oh really?
That was when.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, because he was one of the few foils.
Yeah. He was like the main like grade 2 card that you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good card. GB1, he has a Time Leap ability. GB1, counter +1. When it attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost you can do. Choose up to one card, one of your other rear guards, and Time Leap it. For those of you that don't know what Time Leap is, basically. If you can pay the cost, you activate it, you choose one of your other rear guards, send it to the bind zone, and then call another card from your deck that's a grade higher. It can't be a grade, like, it can't be the same grade, it has to be a grade higher. And it just essentially, like, it was one of the best multi-attacking engines back in the day. So, yeah.
It was pretty horrible.
Yeah, like, there was, like, a time where Time Leap was just dominating everywhere. And then there's another thing. If the Time Leap chain is, and then at the end of turn, you send that unit, you send the unit that was called back to the bottom of the deck and call the unit from the bind zone back to Rearguard. But if there's somehow the chain is broken, say you Time Leap the unit that was called from the deck, that unit can no longer, the unit that you called previously or bound previously can no longer be called back to Rearguard because the chain was broken. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So essentially, say if I swung with that, Time Leap to this, and then called this, that would go to the bind zone. And then say like if I managed to restand this or something like that, swing with it again, counter +1, and Time Leap to that, that Heggled can no longer return back to the rearguard. That is stuck in the bind zone. Which, in this deck, is not the worst thing in the world. Because obviously you want to be filling your bind zone. So it's kind of a win-win. You're either getting a multi-attack, or you're getting stuff in your bind zone. So pretty good. Then for the last of the grade 2s, we are running 1 Steam Battler Lippet. She's just a nice card. When placed from hand, bind a card for your drop zone, and it gains +3. Just a nice little card. Helps with your binding as well. Okie dokie, on to the grade 3s. So, for the starters, we are running 1 Chrono Fang Tiger G. I am probably going to be taking this out for another grade 3 you're going to see in this deck in a minute, but for now, it's a good card. It controls your opponent's field a bit, binds your cards, and just a decent rear guard. You Soul Blast 1, after choose one of your rear guards, bind it face up. At the end of the battle that it attacked, you pay the cost if you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit, and your opponent puts that unit on the bottom of their deck. So, pretty good. Like I said, gets rid of it, snipes off a unit, and just binds you more cards. But I will possibly be replacing it with another one of this card, if I can get another one. A Screwed Dragon, 13k force. Its skill is Vanguard Rearguard. When it attacks a Vanguard, you counterblast one, bind one of your other rearguards, choose one of your opponent's rearguards with a grade less than that card, and put it on the bottom of the deck. And then if it was put on the bottom, you draw a card. So it's very similar to Chronofang Tiger G, but it draws your cards, and it's not GB. And plus you get a force marker if you go on, write it on Vanguard. So, yeah, give or take. I might keep Chronofang Tiger G, but right now I'm probably leaning more towards running 3 of this. Next, we are running 4 this time, Lost Legend. I managed to buy another box of Answer of Truth and managed to pull another one.
Nice.
So I've
finally got the 4.
I've finally got the 4. So this is the main. This is like the main boss of the standard deck in Gear Chronicle. And then its skill is Act. Discard a card from your hand. Discard cards with some of their grades being 3 or greater from your hand. Search your deck for up to grade 4 card in your deck. Ride it a stand and shuffle your deck. And then at the end of this turn, retire that unit and ride a grade 3 card from your soul as rest.
Nice.
So it gives you another force marker if you ride a grade 4. Well, after the end of the turn. And then when his second skill is a counterblast 2, when he's rode upon, you draw a card. So he's essentially like the pseudo Strider in the deck, and is your main ride target. I will be explaining. Yeah, I will be explaining the game plan with this deck after. But no. Right. So next we have 3 interdimensional dragon, mystery flare dragon. Now you may be wondering why I'm running the grade 4s in the premium deck. Well, this is because if I do happen to go first, which I do quite a lot with this deck, this is just so I don't have a dead grade 3 ride. So say if I manage to ride Lost Legend, and I have cards in my bind zone, I do have like cards in my bind zone, I'm not just sitting on a grade 3 vanilla pretty much with a force marker. So I still have something to do if I do go first. Right, so skill is, when placed on Vanguard, activate all the effects below according to the sum of their grades being the face-up cards in your bind zone. Alright, 3 or more grades, he gains drive +1. 7 or more, he gains a crit +1. 13 or more, choose one of your units and again choose 6 of your units and again +10 until end of turn. And then 19 or more, which it is possible to get this skill off in premium, but I've only managed to nearly do it once, but then I got sacked. 19 or more, at the end of this turn, discard all cards from your hand and you get an additional turn. But you cannot ride during that turn. However, it doesn't say you can't stride.
Oh.
And that gets even better with the Progenitor Dragon of Dark Zone. So because it allows you to stride for free if it's face up in your G zone. So in the perfect scenario, you got 19 cards in your bind zone, you've already strode the Progenitor Dragon, you activate the skill to get the extra turn, and then you stride for free. So you still have a chance to kill your opponent.
Nice.
So yeah, that's the main deck. Onto the G zone now. We are running 4 of possibly my favourite Gear Chronicle G unit in the game, and it's gotten even a lot better now in my opinion, thanks to force markers. 4 Interdimensional Dragon, Ragnarok Dragon. Now, this bad boy was in GB Tier 1, the first ever G set. And I've kept this SP ever since I pulled it on Draw the Trigger. Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I didn't pull it. I didn't.
Not on a video.
No, I pulled one of the triple rares from Ragnarok, but I pulled an SP of the Oracle Think Tank Stride. But then I think I traded that away and booked for another few packs. And then pulled Ragnarok, and then pulled the Ragnarok SP. But still, like, one of these Ragnaroks was pulled on Draw the Trigger, was pulled on a video, so the memories.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ragnarok skill is counterblast 1, Persona Flip. That means like turn another copy of itself face up. When it attacks, your opponent cannot call grade 0 cards, hint, draw PGs, from hand to Guardian Circle. And if you have 2 or more face-up G units in the G zone, he gains a crit. Now, I want you to think about that. Force markers, plus this, and they can't go over grade 0s. It's Waterfall in Gear Chronicle, but better.
That's
Yes. Yeah, because we get triple drive.
Yeah.
And we're already swinging for 28.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like my main like finisher of the deck. And it's like, it is yet to kill Merlin because he's just sacked heal triggers on me. Like 6 damage heals and like just guarded for like 1 trigger and I've just not managed to kill him. So
That sounds like Merlin.
damn you, Merlin. Next card, we run 2 Bind Time Dragon. I'm using this to primarily fuel the bind zone quicker. Its skill is also very nice shiny SP for that. Right, so skill is Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1. Choose any number of your rear guards and bind them. So that can be, you can bind your whole field if you wanted to. And then he gains 10k and a crit. And then, but that's not really the main thing. I'm just mainly using it to fill up the bind zone. And then your opponent chooses any number of his or her rear guards equal to the amount of units in the bind zone and sends them to the bottom of the deck. So you're getting a board wipe, 10k and a crit, and you're fielding your bind zone. So it's a decent card. It's a little high costed, but Hegel doesn't really. Hegel kind of eases the cost of it. Also, other skill is if you have a Gear Beast Heart, you counter charge 2, soul charge 2. But since the only Gear Beast I have is Chrono Bang Tiger G, and that's probably either going to be on the rear guard or in my bind zone, that skill is pretty much useless. So, oh well. And next we're running everyone's favourite Gear Chronicle card, Heritage. I believe Jess has expressed her feelings for this card.
I can't even remember it, to be honest.
The free turn thing.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, the one where you just sort of like looked at it and then just got in a car and drove off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is that your avatar for the deck?
No, Ragnarok is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but Heritage is it's too good not to run.
So
Like,
Ragnarok for the thumbnail then.
if you can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Heritage, like, while he's not the main like finisher of the deck, he's still too good not to run. Because a free turn where you stride again for free, it's just too good to pass up.
Mm-hmm.
So skill is at the end of the turn where it attacked, at the end of the turn when you strode this, you choose 4 ZTB G units and turn them face down. You skip your opponent's next turn, stand up, like basically get another turn, and then you stride this on you skip the ride phase and stride this on your Vanguard face up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a good card. It's for free pretty much. So you're not like discarding anything. You're literally just turning 4 Zodiac Time Beast units face down.
But you skip the ride phase.
Yeah, so you can't get another force marker, but you're still striding for free. So, all right. Next we run 1 Mystery Flare Dragon, Mystery Freeze Dragon, should I say? Again, I'm using this to fuel the bind zone faster. Also nice, lovely SGI poured from a pizza box. Lovely, lovely. Show me the world I truly desire.
No.
No. So skill is act once per turn, GB3. You counterblast 2, shuffle your deck, and then bind the top 4 cards of your deck. And then for each grade bound, your opponent cannot guard with that grade. So say like you bombed grade 0, you can't guard with grade 0s, grade 1s, can't guard with grade 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, I don't know. And then if you bound a grade 3, he gains an extra drive check. So again, just primarily using it to fuel the bind zone, which for my main, for my big shenanigan-y play, which I've yet to pull off. This is a good card. Next we run 1 Fate Rider Dragon. This is from a GBTO2. And its skill is, I don't really know why I'm running this. I'll probably just take it out for the Progenitor Dragon when it comes out. But for now, it's just gives you like a free unit. So skill is, act once per turn, choose one of your rear guards and put it on the bottom of your deck. Search your deck for up to 1 card with a grade greater than that, so essentially it's just like a pseudo time leap. Foreshadowing. And call it to rear guard. Shuffle your deck and choose one of your units for each face-up card in your G zone, and they get plus 3,000 power until end of turn. So you can essentially just power up your whole board by 3k for each face-up G unit you have.
Cheap.
Which is good. But again, it will be taken out for the Progenitor Dragon. So, yeah. Your time is limited, Fate Rider. For the last of the attacking G units, we run 1 Metapulsar Alter Dragon. Again, this card is helping to fuel the bind zone. I'm saying that a lot recently. And its skill is, It also has an alternate stride cost. You counterpass 1 and choose a Zodiac Time Beast from your hand and bind it, and then you can stride this card. But the only Zodiac Time Beasts we run are Heggled and Chronofang Tiger G, so you're probably not going to activate the skill, but when you do it, because you're getting extra cards in the bind zone. And then his main skill, Act. Oh, you can also bind the Gear Colossus, but we don't run that. So its main skill, you choose a card from your G zone, turn it face up. That'll either be Heritage or Mystery Freeze, because he's also a ZTB. If you can see that, yeah. And then you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose 2 from among them, bind them, and then he gains +2 for each card in your bind zone. And then if you have 5 or more, you countercharge 1, which is pretty good for a promo. I think this card is getting revived in the Revival Collection.
Okay.
Yeah, so like an SP style, which I would like to have, to be honest, because he's a good card. Oh yeah, so he's primarily your first stride to big up the bind zone, and then he's just a big beat stick if you have 5 or more. Right, onto the G guards. We run 1 Time Maiden of Eternity Aluru. This is the flipping G guard. It's a GB1, counterpass 1, choose a face down G Guardian from your G zone, turn it face up. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you can pay the cost you do. This unit gains 5,000 shield for each face up card in your G zone. So pretty good. Could be pretty beefy at times if you've got all your G units face up. And it's also just mainly used to turn up the next G guard, which is Pulsar Saver Lishu, which is the most important G guard in Gear Chronicle right now because it's a Zodiac Time Beast. And what requires Zodiac Time Beast in the G zone to be face up? Heritage. There we go. So skill is Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if the number of cards in your bone zone is 1 or more, you can pay the cost you do. At the end of that battle, this unit gains +5k shield. And then if it's 5 or more, you get an extra 15k. So if you have 5 cards in your bind zone, you gain a 20k shield, which is pretty good. So we're running through it because we want to turbo into Heritage if we don't kill them with Ragnar Clock as fast as we can. So yeah, pretty good. And then for the last of the G guards, we run 1 Highbrow Steam Rafana. I'm mostly just using this card because to find out a Water again, and plus it's just a nice 25k shield. So skill is when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, choose one of your rear guards, grade 1 or less rear guards, or greater rear guards, sorry, and return it to the deck. If you do, search for your deck for up to 1 grade 0 card, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck, and if you call the card, this unit gains +10k shield until another battle. So, toolboxes, gets free 10k shield, so good. I believe we are running out of time on this, so I'll have to be quick. Alright, so the main game plan for this deck is to bind cards as fast as you can, and if you do go first, go into the main deck Mystery Flare first to power your force markers. I usually stack them on the Vanguard because of Ragnar Clock, and then next turn, stride into Ragnar Clock and just smack the face. And basically just keep alternating between striding and main riding, and grade 4 riding from the deck. Like I said, it's not the most competitively viable build for Gear Chronicle, but it's fun. It is a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it.
What matters is that you have fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Unless you go pardons, then you just don't have fun.
And no one else does either.
Well, I have fun. So yeah, that's the deck. Please tell me what you think. Bear in mind, this is a deck I just built for fun. It is no way competitively viable, so don't roast me too hard. But Merlin, my challenge still opens. Fight me.
Fight him.
Yeah, right. That's everything. Oh, I also forgot to show the force markers because it's a force clan.
Is it a force clan?
Yeah, yeah. Look at all the different force markers, Merlin. I know you hate it. Look at them. You got Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark, PBD, GBD, Lost Legend, Overlord. Yeah. Look at you using your plain force markers. I've got units on mine. All right. Yeah. So if I'm not found dead in the Wendy house, then I will see you next time, internet people.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Kamui here. Thanks for watching Draw the Trigger. Here's another video you might enjoy.